And we are here again with another episode of Naija Ballers. You know how we do it. All things Naija football with a special bias for the Super Eagles here on Naija Ballers. As you can see, I'm actually putting on the Super Eagles jersey, and Bolu has a touch of green as well in support of the Super Eagles as well. And Bolu, how's it going? Nice to have you here.
Good. Thank you very much. Good that the Super Eagles finally won a friendly game.
Finally, after 4 years, I think.
4 years, yeah.
Wow,
since Onuachu's debut, imagine.
Well, that's a good omen. But today we are going to be looking into the future a little bit. Ahead of the AFCON is just about, 2 months from now. Something has been, there's an issue we need to discuss about the Super Eagles if we are truly ready to dominate and win that continental trophy. The Super Eagles look stacked in attack. Everyone seems to talk about attack, but what is happening at the back, specifically with our goalkeepers or our goalkeeper? And Francis Uzoho has, suffered lots of criticism over the past few weeks. In fact, he even had to apologize to fans after posting, something very emotional on Snapchat. If he easy, go do and make Oyibo man sign you. Well, that was a very funny statement to make, and he had to apologize for fans to, for forgiveness and all of that. But in case you don't know, Nigeria have only 3 clean sheets in their last 13 fixtures. And 2 of those clean sheets came against Sao Tome Principe. So I don't really regard, no offense to Sao Tome citizens, but I don't really regard.
And the other one was at the last AFCON.
Against Guinea-Bissau. Yeah. Those are the only 3 clean sheets Nigeria have managed in 13 games. That calls for concern actually, and specifically when you consider that in our last 2-3 games, almost every free kick seemed like a goal.
Yeah.
So what is your take
on long shot? Really.
Every long shot seemed like a goal. And under Pesero, Uzoho has been the goalkeeper every time he's available. So what are your thoughts on the Super Eagles goalkeeping problem?
It's very disappointing, really. Think that we've come from Enyama, Kalikeme, who had barely 10 caps, and then to this conundrum we currently have. I remember at AFCON 2019, we had Akpeyi, we had Uzoho, and then we had Okoye in AFCON 2021. Okoye was, it was a story to not, it was not a story to write home about. And now Uzoho cost us a World Cup place. We're back to where we are at with Uzoho. Unfortunately, when Pesero came in, I noticed Pesero was trying to give Uzoho the confidence to be his number 1. And I noticed Uzoho actually improved a bit. I thought, okay, now I can turn around the corner and all that. But unfortunately not. He's still the same Uzoho who has always had that lapse in concentration, that mistake in him. And now I'm in a very critical position because we have AFCON coming very soon. We have World Cup qualifiers about to start. We must qualify for the next World Cup. And we don't have a stable goalkeeper yet. Maduka Okoye has not been a starting goalkeeper for over 2 seasons now. Uzoho is not in form. In fact, Uzoho is a bench goalkeeper in Cyprus. We have Adebayo Adeleye in Israel, who is actually statistically our best goalkeeper, but he hasn't had his opportunities yet. He's only had 1 cap in a friendly so far, so he hasn't had the opportunity yet. We have Sebastian Osigwe. We have Atubolu in Germany as well, who have they've not been called up yet.
Yeah, I would have mentioned John Noble as well, but he's not even a starter too
for Enyimba. There's also Olorunleke Ojo for Enyimba, who hasn't been capped. He has been called up a number of times. So we just have, and then let's also remember Aniagboso, the under-20 goalkeeper, who plays for a club in Ukraine now, but an 18-year-old goalkeeper shouldn't be the starting goalkeeper for the Super Eagles. So
there's also someone eligible for the Super Eagles, Otto Okonkwo.
Okonkwo, for us now, So we're just in that very dire situation where we don't have a goalkeeper, an experienced goalkeeper who is talented enough, and the ones who probably deserve a chance, it's too soon to put them into this pressure situation. So we're just in a very sticky situation.
Okay, So we're talking about the problem now, but where there's a problem, there can be possible solutions. So just to ask you, in your own opinion, if Francis Uzoho is not the answer, or if he is the problem, who is the answer to the goalkeeping issue? Based on the available options.
Well, I would say we should, Pesero should stick with his guns. He should make up his mind and choose Adebayo Adeleye.
For the AFCON?
For the AFCON. Even though he has only 1 cap, he has been doing pretty well in Israel. He has the confidence in his behind him. He has, the abilities, waiting for the chance. Hopefully, he can be an inspired addition to the team. But it's just hypothetical, really, because we don't know how we will do under pressure. He hasn't played an official game for the Super Eagles yet. But I think after Uzoho and Maduka, he should be the third on the list. On the hierarchy. So I think he should get the opportunity.
Well, like Bolu said, it's actually a very difficult situation because you don't just throw in inexperienced players into the first team for, especially ahead of a major competition like this. So it's very difficult for Pesero to make a tweak in that kind of position. So it will be interesting to see what the Portuguese does, but it's something that must be sorted if we are to go far in the upcoming tournament in Ivory Coast. When we're back, we'll be looking at another curious and topical question surrounding the Super Eagles. Stay with us. And yeah, we're back in your faces, continuing our Super Eagles Ballers, Naija Football Talk Ballers show. And if you're a new subscriber here, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and make sure to stick with us for more interesting football content. And if you're if you're an existing subscriber, you know how we roll. Just give us your comments in the comment section below and make sure to share our videos on all platforms. Moving forward again, away from the AFCON, let's travel a bit further to 2026, ahead of the next World Cup that will be hosted by USA, Canada, and Mexico. It's actually going to be one of a kind,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what that tournament will bring. But before we travel too far, we first have to book a spot before we can think about or dream about the competition. Yeah. And Nigeria have been drawn in Group C against some very tricky opposition, Rwanda, South Africa, Lesotho as well, and Zimbabwe. So what are our chances of making it out of that group?
Well, we should be qualifying as group leaders, despite the fact that South Africa is there. South Africa are our rivals, but right now they are not a better team. They are not better organized. I think we should. Ideally we should be getting top spots, but we know that South Africa is probably our biggest threat in that group. So but it's the World Cup qualification. Nigeria should be getting a ticket automatically.
Is there any game you feel like it's a banana skin that don't underestimate these guys? Aside South Africa.
Aside South Africa. But I think the toughest game would be South Africa away. But the other team that could prove stubborn is all the teams actually. African teams are just always very stubborn. Any of those really rated, all of them are always just very stubborn regardless.
I don't know. I personally feel like Zimbabwe looks like a potential banana skin because you really don't know what to get from these guys.
But really neither of them either. You don't know what you are going to get from Lesotho or any of the other teams.
Well, fair play. So boldly, how many points do you see Nigeria getting from the group?
From 10 matches, that should be 30 points. I would say somewhere around the 20-something point mark. Maybe a few draws should make us lose points. But as well, let's be honest with ourselves. Super Eagles, they will lose one match for sure. They would make us be scared for one match. We'll probably lose against South Africa and win the second leg or something like that. They always have that match where you are scared I will not qualify, but we will. So I think we'll draw a few, lose one. 20-something points should be enough.
Okay, I'm going with Bolu on that one, but let me just put you on the spot on a final note here. Assuming we qualify, which I hope we will, because I expect we should qualify, where do you see Nigeria finishing in the next World Cup? Just your opinion.
Quarterfinal.
We'll get to the quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal, yeah.
Interesting.
Quarterfinal.
So Nigeria will make it to the quarterfinal of 2026.
We'll qualify for the round of 16, beat whoever we meet, and then quarterfinal.
Bolu 2023. So 2026, we'll get back to this video and to see if Bolu's prediction will play out right. But the Super Eagles' chances look pretty good, at least on paper, and they will be looking forward to winning those games, the first of which will start on November 13. As usual, we'll be here to do all the preview and reviews of any games surrounding the Super Eagles. And that's all we have for today with me here in the studio. Bolu, it was nice discussing the Super Eagles, of course, and there will be more to come in the coming weeks as well. Don't forget to leave us your comments in the section below, and most importantly, share our video on all platforms. It was nice being in your faces once again. Until we come your way next time, for myself and Bolu, stay cool.